bit of a scruff. So I'm going to put on some Trini London BFF because my skin needs lots of stuff today. While you all join me. And today my clothing look at least is lilac and lemon. Now I have to apologise to those of you that only follow me on YouTube, because I put out a funny video yesterday on Instagram, but I didn't have time to upload it to YouTube. So it will be coming later on. And hello to whoever is joining me right now. Oh, they've gone. Put them. That always happens if I say hello to someone that's just joined me. They get scared off. Hello, Maria. I'm just putting some Trini BFF on. Hi, everyone. I think you're the first to arrive, Maria. Oh, we got 3-4 people. I just said hello to someone, and when I had one person join, and I said hello to them, I said, whoever's just joined me, and they disappeared. I scared them off. So I'm just putting some BFF on because it really peps up my skin, and I need it today. I'm really tired. I'm absolutely exhausted. Hello, Julie H. You're wearing that too. It just really just peps up your skin, and it's got the SPF in it. And I just find it's a really good quick fix. And you get your SPF. So out of all the Trini things, I think this is the thing I reach for the most. It's like my favourite unisex healthy glow, but with sunscreen. Now, I went to my mother-in-law's funeral yesterday, and I'm absolutely exhausted and emotionally and physically. Hello, Helen loves to laugh. You've got a really pale shade, have you, Maria? So I'm going to take it easy today, but what I wanted to do, I had a couple of ideas about what I wanted to do makeup-wise. So one of the things that I thought would be, I haven't actually tried the new bronzer with Beautiful Skin foundation. And I don't think I put it on when I was trying it on my video. I put it on over another foundation, but actually it's called Beautiful Skin Bronzer. So I really want to see what it looks like over the top of Beautiful Skin foundation. Now, one of you put a comment underneath my bronzer review saying, is it glowy or is it matte, this new bronzer? I'm brave, still here. Good morning there, Helen. So somebody asked that, and I said, when you put it on its own, it appears to be matte. But I do think it would depend on what foundation is underneath it. And that's what made me think, I haven't tried it with Beautiful Skin foundation, and it's called Beautiful Skin Bronzer. So I thought I'd try that so you can see what the two Beautiful Skins products look like together, because I'm sure that's what they were made to go together. I've got to tell you this because I was nearly physically sick in the car going to the funeral. We got there in plenty of time and I got lost. I followed the sat-nav, and the sat-nav took me to the back of the crematorium, and there was no entry at the back. and I kept trying to get round, and I kept coming up against closed roads that I couldn't get through. And eventually I had to just drop Mick and Jack off at the tram line and tell them to walk through. It was so stressful. It was so stressful. Even now, it's still making me feel ill thinking about it. I thought that my mother-in-law's son was not going to be at her funeral, and it was going to be my fault for getting lost. It was awful. I know I'm sort of slightly smiling, but believe you me, I'm not. I'm trying to make light of it, but oh God, I was so stressed about it. Anyway, enough of that. I can't think about it. Right, I'm going to put Beautiful Skin foundation on. Hello, Stacey. How are you today? Right, I'm going to put on the Beautiful Skin foundation. I'm going to put it on with a Real Techniques brush. Now, this is a contour brush because it's like that, but it's quite densely packed. So I want to see, I mean, you can use them for different things. And because it's densely packed, I want to try using it with this foundation. And already, it must be the Trini London. My eyes were really sore yesterday from the hay fever, and they're just getting really sensitive now when I put any products near it, anything. And all I've just done is that Trini London BFF. So I don't know why it's starting to play up. And then I thought what I would do on my eyes is what I did yesterday, which for the funeral, because I was wearing black, and I thought it would be nice to wear kind of silver makeup. So I'm going to use what I used yesterday on my eyes. So this is the Beautiful Skin foundation. And actually this brush, it was horrible that the sat nav, the postcode, took me to the back. And then there's this awful one-way system to try, and yet trying to work out how to get to the front was just impossible. And then on the way back, we realised it was right next to where I'd picked Mick up from. I'm just no good at directions. And you can't, unfortunately, you can't rely on sat navs because they're only as good as the information you stick in them. And obviously the information I stuck in them was wrong. You would think that a crematorium would give you the postcode of the entrance, not the back where you can't actually drive in. It's horrible. Any time I'm invited to a wedding or a funeral in future, I think I'm just going to go about 2 hours early. Literally 2 hours. Anyway, that's Beautiful Skin foundation. Oh, it's taking me down roads that said this road is closed. It was like a nightmare. Right, I have to change the subject because it's still making me feel sick. Just the thought of it. Right, I'm going to use, this is one of my newer purchases of Magic Away, so I can still get the lid off it. And it's 5.5, and I'm just going to use that and do makeup in the car. Well, I hope you don't do makeup when you're driving, Maria. Yeah, talk about happier things. So I was saying when I came on that apologies to those of you that only watch me on YouTube and not on Instagram, because I uploaded a funny video yesterday on Instagram, but I didn't have chance to upload it also on YouTube. So I'll do that later today. It's a little bit of a funny video based on the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. I've just done a bit of a joke video. But not paying reference to any of the subjects. I've not been insensitive to domestic violence and or accusations of domestic violence. So I was very careful when I did it not to do any direct references to them talking about makeup, because in those references they're obviously talking about covering up bruises. So I didn't use that, but I just basically used a pun on words, and I'm not going to say any more. Because those of you who haven't watched it, no, engine off and handbrake on. I'm very pleased to hear it, Maria. I heard about this woman, I think I mentioned this a while ago. This woman was at traffic lights and she decided to put mascara on. So she was stationary at traffic lights, but even so, putting mascara on, and this car came from behind and went into the back of her, and the mascara wand went in her eye. Right, so that is the Beautiful Skin foundation, and the shade that I used was shade 7 Neutral. And then I've put on the concealer, Magic Away concealer in shade 5.5. And I'm just going to put a little bit more down this side here. My skin is very, very tired today. So Beautiful Skin and glowiness is what we need to bring my skin alive. And this blouse, by the way, I bought this blouse 2 years ago and had never worn it. I decided it looked old-fashioned. And then I got this cardigan and thought, oh, lilac and lemon work together. I'm going to dig it out. You're loving the new CT bronzer in Fair. That's great, Stacey. I'm really glad you're loving it. It is very good. And I love the feel of that. Did you get the brush? Now I'm going to put the bronzer on now before I put on any powder, because I want to see how it applies directly over Beautiful Skin foundation. Now what I found, you got to take Daisy for a dental checkup later. Oh God, you love the brush. The brush is really soft, isn't it? Now what I found is that the medium one for me was not showing up. But I think it will in the winter. I think it's just because it's getting to summer and I'm getting a bit more of a tan. But I just found it was... for me, I like to see my bronzer. I don't want it to be really, really subtle. And it was really, really subtle. Now, I'm trying to look for my... I had it here. You know, I set everything up before I come on and I still lose things. I think I've just got to that age where I wish my eye would stop watering, though. Stop. See, it's just getting really sensitive to anything. Now, do you remember I had weeks of this one watering and now it's moved to this one? It's so annoying when you're putting on makeup because you get your concealer on and it's all looking great. And then by the time you finish putting your makeup on, it looks a holy mess again. So it gets a bit frustrating. Right, I shall carry on anyway. So I want to put this foundation, I'm going to put foundation, this bronzer, and I'm using the shade Tan. I want to see how this applies directly over beautiful skin. So I haven't put any powder on. I'm just going to see what it looks like, because I have a feeling it will look beautiful just directly over the foundation. And it does. I just love the way that this brush blends it in. And I know sometimes I think when people bring out products and they bring out a brush that goes with it, it can be a bit of a gimmick. But I really think with this bronzer that it's a must. If you're considering getting the bronzer, I would definitely go for the brush, because the brush is really soft. The only thing, as I said before, is I wish that they put a lid on it so that you could put it, it just protects the brush when you're out and about. I wish they found some way of putting a cap on it. But other than that, that's my only criticism. Oh, please, eyes, stop. Now, do you see? Now, that is tan on me. So you can see why at the moment, medium really wasn't showing up on me. So I'm glad that I got medium and tan, because I was matched to medium. And I think I'd have been a bit disappointed had I only got medium. You see, when I put it down there, that looks too dark, because I'm always paler on my chest. You wonder if, yeah, I wonder about that. I think the problem is, I think I've got that here. I think the problem with this brush, so yeah, good comment here from, sorry, I think it's Julie. Hi, Julie. Julie's wondering if you can use this brush. It's quite soft. Do you want me to try it? I'll try it. Oh, my eye is really stinging. But it was yesterday, by the way. It's not the makeup. So let me try it. I mean, I just applied it, but go on, I'll put on a... Yeah, look, it does. You could, but you're going to overuse it more. Look at that. You see, it doesn't blend it in as smoothly. So you're more likely to over apply it with this brush. See? I've got to blend it now with the other one. So yes, in theory, but go easy. And I really don't think it blends it as well. Yes, it does. Picks up too much product. So you'll also waste product. It's because it's still quite a soft brush, but it's compared to this, it's not. This is really soft. That's soft, but not that as soft as that. So it's basically picking up more product. Let me just wipe off any excess there. Yeah, it's just generally not gonna, it doesn't feel like it's blending it as well. So you could, if you don't want to purchase the brush. But I do like this. But wouldn't it have been great if they'd done something like that again? And you'd have had a little one like that next to it with another little cap. Oh, my eye. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to take you with me for a minute while I go and get a tissue, because I'm really suffering here. Excuse me. My eyes were like this yesterday, but it was okay because everybody's eyes were watering because there was a mixture of tears and obviously at a funeral and everything. So, and I was crying as well. But oh, that really stung. Have you tried the technique of making the Yes. It's a great to contour using it that way. So Stacey said, have you tried the technique? Yes, and what I often do as well with this, so you can do that, as you said, you can do that, make it shorter. Or you can do that. I often do that because then you get it even more like that. So I know some people do that, but it's still fat. But I like to do that instead. Now this bronzer, this cream bronzer, the same as the other one, the powder one, but it's also really good if you take a smudge brush, and I know I've done this before, but can you see now that's it over the Beautiful Skin foundation? So if you want a glowier bronzer, it's actually on its own, it's matte, but if you put it over Beautiful Skin foundation, it will look glowy. Right, let me just separate out these two tissues. One for eyes and one for nose. I think it's stopped now. It stopped stinging. Right, better. So the other thing that is really great, hopefully my eyes will just put up with this, but I'm going to take a smudge brush, which is here somewhere. There we are. And I know I did this on my first impression. You can do this with any bronzer, but I wanted to try it with the cream one to see how well it would blend. So I'm just taking some on a smudge brush and then just taking a bit of the excess off and then literally blending that into the socket like that. Just hello Shahina, to accentuate the socket a bit more. It's great for hoodies. I was a bit too cautious there. So it's great for hoodies. And now you can see, because it's a cream, you do have to kind of blend it in with your finger. But can you see how that just gives me a bit more definition? And it's a great little base, you know, because you can put other shadows over the top of it, but it just starts to build up that pigment. And because it's a cream, you can pick it up really easily with a smudge brush. Right, let's see. Hello, Bridget Jones. Don't worry about being late. Hello, Shahina. Hello, everyone. Oh, someone's saying hello to Rebecca, but I haven't seen Rebecca. So we've got, at the moment, we have... Oh, hello, Terry. I'm sorry I missed you there. You popped up in the middle. Hello, Terry. Hello, hello. At the moment, I'm suffering. My eyes are really sensitive. So you're going to have to bear with me today, ladies. Because they're stinging. And they were stinging yesterday. So they're just really sensitive. Now, talking of the funeral that I was at yesterday, I'm not going to repeat the story, the horrible story, because it still is stressing me out. But if you've just joined, do watch the beginning where I tell you my panicky story about yesterday. But this is what I put on my eyes because I was wearing black. And I feel like I've got the sort of complexion that black can wash me out a bit. Do you know what I mean? Some people can really wear black and it suits them. But I felt like I needed to break it up. And so I put a big silver brooch on my jacket and I thought, silver eye makeup, let's use the Glam palette. And that's what I'm going to use today. And I'm going to show you what I did. I took out an old friend, which has been very well used. This is about my third one. So this is Charlotte Tilbury's Colour Chameleon in Dark Pearl, which is recommended if you've got brown eyes. And actually, it is such a lovely shade for brown-eyed girls. Thinking of the Van Morrison song now. And I've said this, I repeat myself every time, but had Charlotte Tilbury not said it's for brown eyes, I would never have thought that this shade would suit me. So I put that on as a base. Hello everyone else watching. So has anyone else just joined? And yeah, and hello to the people that don't comment. I know there are a few. Some of you got back to me last week and said, I don't comment, but I watch. So hello to you too. Ah, she came on very briefly, did she? Come and say hello. So I'm just I put a little bit of this under my eyes like this, but don't get it in the waterline because then your eyes really will sting. There's a notice on these Colour Chameleons that can be easily missed that says do not put them in your waterline. You love the palette, do you? The Glam one. What I loved about it yesterday as well, I mean, I'm pretty confident about palettes and what to put where. But when you're stressed and you're in a hurry, as I was yesterday, and you don't want to have to think, what I really love about this Glam palette is it, instead of having shade names, it tells you where to put everything. So you don't have to think, you can literally just go in and apply. So for instance, here it says, I don't know if you can read that, but it says center eyelid, outer eyelid, inner corner, crease, transition, all of that. So everything has got a name based on where to put it. And I think it's a great idea. And even, you know, as I said, I'm pretty confident about knowing what to put where. But in a hurry, it's great to get that reassurance. So what I did, I'm going to do exactly what I did yesterday. So I started off by putting what it says crease colour up in the crease. It is a beautiful palette. So literally just swiped on the crease colour in the crease. And then I took the shade that says that the other thing is that this palette, although it says where to put things, you can see that some of them are cooler toned and some of them are warmer toned. So what I did is I went generally for the cooler toned ones, certainly on my lid. Now I did go for this one here that says, no, not that one. Oh no, that one, which is quite cool toned. I thought I'd gone for that one. So I went for the cooler toned ones and then followed the instructions. So then I went for the center eyelid, which is this one here. It says center eyelid. So I put that again with the same brush from like that. Now, I know that's not the centre, it's the inner corner, but I sort of wanted to overlap them. So I got them, I took that out from the inner corner to the centre of my lid, like that. And then I got the one that says outer eyelid, which is this one. And I put that on the outer eyelid, like so. See, it's very paint by numbers. Oh, Stacey's going. Yes, the Natasha Denona palette. You're going to watch all again later. This is a lovely look, Ali. Thank you. It's really good if you're wearing black. It worked really well with my black dress yesterday. Right, so, and then you've got the one that says centre eyelid. Now, what I did is I popped that on with my finger. So this one's centre eyelid. Now there's one that says inner corner. So I then went in over what I'd done before and just put that a little bit there, inner corner, and then a little bit on my finger. Like that. And then you will see there is another one that says, now you'll see there's two inner corners. That one says inner corner, that one says inner corner. You see, now they're not all like that. But that one's a warm inner corner, that one's a cool inner corner. So I was going for the cools. And then there is one that says, where are you? There is one that says brow bone. There's only one brow bone. It is quite warm, but it works. And I just took that with my finger, like this, and put it up here. Now, you can see at the moment that what's happening is that it doesn't look that blended here. But they have a transition shade. And the transition shade is here. And I like to put my transition shade on at the end because I'm a bit awkward like that. But it just allows you to see what's not blended and then blend it. A lot of people do the transition shade at the beginning, but I'm just cleaning off my brush and you can see it's kind of a light grey, and then I just go in at the top and this will blend out all those harsh lines at the top. And you have yourself a look. Now, the other thing I didn't want to do yesterday was to put on a liquid, you know, you're going to a funeral, you may be crying. I didn't want to put on a liquid eyeliner because they're more likely to smudge. And my eyes are less sensitive if I put on a powder. So I took a powder liner brush like this, and there is one that says lash line. And I just dab that as close as possible to my lash line. So this is a really good palette if you're not confident about what to put where and you get a palette. If you're one of these people that get a palette and think, I love that, but I haven't got a clue what to do with it, then this palette is great because it tells you what to do with it. Tells you where to put everything. And even if you are, as I said, confident about where to put things, which I normally am, I really appreciated that yesterday because I didn't want to have to think about what I was putting where. I just wanted to get on and do my makeup quickly without any fuss. So there you have it. And then what I did, I might leave off the mascara because my eyes are being so sensitive. But what I then did is I took the new Victoria Beckham eyeliner. Now, if you haven't got this, but you've got the Charlotte Tilbury eye cheat, they're virtually the same. But I do like this one. But I do like the eye cheat as well. And I just put, and I probably shouldn't do this with my eye being so sensitive, but I want you to see what it looks like. I then, just to give me a bit of eye opening, I put this in my lower waterline. Again, if you're crying at a funeral and your eyes are going to get red, and what I've found about this Victoria Beckham one is it really is quite waterproof, because my eyes water a lot and this seems to stay put. Now, can you see? Now, it's looking a bit weird because I haven't got mascara on. I'll put a little bit of mascara on just to show you. And if I need to take it off afterwards, I can. So, mascara, mascara, mascara. Where are you? So I'm just using the Pillow Talk one. So there you have it. Now, what I did yesterday, I'm going to do something slightly different because I haven't got it here within reach and I'm really tired today. But what I did is I actually put on as a blush, I put on First Love because it's a very neutral peach. I may get it. But I just wanted to look at this because I also took this in my bag. I didn't end up using it, but because it's got a powder in it. This is, if you remember, the Instant Look of Love palettes. And what I love about these, and the reason that I often sling these in my handbag for things like what I was doing yesterday, is because not only has it got everything in one, and it was quite warm, right, granted, but it's got powder in it. So you can kind of touch up a bit. You see, pigment is pigment with me. I put a bit of that on as a liner and whatever. But actually, I didn't use it, and that's probably why, because it's warm. But I just love the fact that there were powders in these palettes. She stopped doing that now, but I thought that was a really great idea. I'm going to get First Love, and I'll be right back. I know exactly where it is. And I'm going to put on a different lipstick than I had yesterday, because what I put on yesterday was a mixture. I used a Victoria Beckham lip liner, and then I put on Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk Intense over the top. And it looked lovely, but you've seen me in Pillow Talk Intense so much that you must be getting bored of it right now. So I thought now's the time to show you something different. But I'm going to just get the blush and I'll be right back. You can come with me. You can come with me to my messy makeup corner. Oops. That's the one. You've got to run to work. Have a great day, everyone. And you. Right, so I think it was worth getting this out. Those lipstick colours were beautiful. So this is my first love. So I'm going to just, and I just literally pop some of this on, because it doesn't, it just gives you a nice flush, but without overpowering anything else. And then what I thought I would put on my lips today, because I don't think I've actually worn this on my channel at all, is Berry Lucky. Now with this, you can either go for a very nude lip. Ali, is the Jubilee release a re-release? Yes, it is. Thank you, Sheena. I meant to tell you, I saw your post this morning and I looked at it. All the lipsticks in the set are lipsticks that have already been released. So there's the Queen. For some reason, she hasn't put Legendary Queen in there. She's put Royalty, what's that one? Runway Royalty. And then she's put one that's called something pink. And I thought it was the one that I thought I didn't have. And then realised I do have it, because it used to be, do you remember about a year or so ago, they brought out an exclusive pink lipstick set. Oh, someone new joined. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Rachel. So they brought out a pretty pink lipstick set, which had a pink lip liner in and then 2 lipstick shades. And it's in that. So I can do a swatch of all those colours. I will put that out shortly. I was wondering about whether to go for the limited edition bag, but it's £30. Seems a lot. It was called, oh, Terry, thank you. Maybe it wasn't that one then. Oh, it's Amazing Grace. Ah, right. So she took some of the names out. Thank you, Terry, for correcting. I thought it was the one that was in the pretty pink lipstick set. But obviously it wasn't. It was Amazing Grace. And I've definitely got that. So, yeah, all the lipsticks are ones that have already been released. Shahina. Good question. Now, the kit has got Magic Cream in it. And then I think you choose one of the lipsticks. No, the Duchess isn't in there. And neither is Legendary Queen, which seems bizarre. The Queen is in. So I think you get to choose one of the lipsticks. And then you get a pot of Magic Cream. And thank you, Rachel. A pot of Magic Cream and, yeah, choose one of the lipsticks and then the makeup bag. Now, to be honest, Shahina, I didn't look at the price of the kit. So I will get back to you on DM and let you know. But I do, because I was only looking at the makeup bag, because that's the only thing I haven't got. And it was 30 quid on its own. But I can't remember how much the kit was. And I don't need Magic Cream. And I think in this kit, you have to get the Magic Cream. And I've got loads of Magic Cream. Now, I'm going to put on this, which I haven't modelled on my channel yet, I don't believe. I may be wrong. But it's Berry Lucky, and it's one of the Limitless Lucky Lips. Now, what I was saying about this, you're just curious. Well, I will let you know. With this look, you can either go for a pinky nude, which looks lovely, or you can go for something a bit more burgundy, burnt brown. You know, you could go for burgundy, you can go for pinky nude. What I wouldn't do with this look is go for red. I don't know why, it just doesn't seem to go for me. I think because it's a very cool toned look. So anyway, this is called Berry Lucky. So that is the berry lucky. And then all I did is I kept my hair down, but I just swept it back like that. And wore my hair like that yesterday. And of course I haven't done my brows, but I'll do that quickly while I'm chatting to you all and saying goodbye to you. I keep losing that little Charlotte Tilbury one. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, let's use this one instead. Right. I'm just using my Avon one. You definitely need to do your brows with this look as well to frame it, because it's quite a bold look. Some looks you can get away without you doing your brows, and others it doesn't look finished. And then of course, because I was going to be out all day and I wanted my makeup to stay in place, I mean, I'd put on my double wear foundation yesterday, but I would do a quick spray. And I used a lot. And then, as that's drying down, I then got my powder and just did the bits. As I said, this, if you haven't watched my video yet, how to powder like a pro to get rid of shadows, do watch it, because it's all about how if you powder in the right place, you don't need as much concealer. So I'm going to show you again. You all know this little trick. So if I take that shine away from where that nasolabial fold is, do you see how that makes it less apparent? So I always do that. And then again, if I get rid of the shine under my eyes where the dip is in the orbital bone, you do not need as much concealer. Can you see? But I do that after I spray. So you get the glow everywhere else, but you just put your powder in the places that you want it. And I just do a little bit up there. Now, I've put too much bronzer on because I did that. I tried out, if you've only just joined me, I tried out using this bronzing brush, the one that came with the airbrush bronzer, and it applies too much. So I would definitely recommend you do get this one that goes with the bronzer. It's lovely. It blends it in beautifully. And the other thing is, if you apply too much bronzer, there's two things you can do. One of the really good things you can do is take the foundation brush that you applied your foundation with, which will have a bit of the remnants of your foundation, and just dab over the top. And you can take the heat off if you've over applied your bronzer. There you have it. I hope you've enjoyed it today. Don't forget to like my live and tell your friends if they're interested to join me. I've had some lovely feedback from you all, and I love you all, and see you all very soon. Take care. Love you. Mwah!